January 8th, 2025, 3:47 a.m. Tehran time, millions of Iranians woke up and their internet was dead. Starlink was dead. Elon Musk's uncensorable satellite internet completely offline. What happened wasn't just Iran blocking Starlink, it was Iran proving GPS jamming works, RF jamming works, authoritarian coordination works. This is the blueprint. Myanmar military junta is studying this. Venezuela Maduro is taking notes. North Korea is watching. Every authoritarian regime on earth just learned that Musk's uncensorable internet was marketing bullshit. Iran proved Starlink GPS dependencies fatal weakness, proved mobile RF jammers can paralyze Ku-band and K-band frequencies, proved no technology is truly unstoppable. Let me explain what really happened. December 28th, 2024, Iran protests started in Tehran Engelab Square. Economy was collapsing, inflation crushing people, rage building since Mahsa Amini 2022 when a young woman died in police custody. Regime cut internet like always, fiber cables severed, ISP shut down, BGP routing manipulated. But this time protesters were ready. They smuggled Starlink terminals across borders from Iraq and Turkey. Expensive $600 plus $200 in bribes, but worth it for uncensored connection. They believed Elon Musk's myth. During Ukraine war, Musk gave Kyiv free Starlink terminals, kept military connected when Russia tried jamming. He created image of freedom technology dictators cannot touch. Iranian protesters believed same thing would work. First week it did. December 29th and 30th, videos flowed from Tehran, Isfahan, Shiraz, Mashhad to social media almost real time. Instagram stories showing protests, Twitter posts with riot police, Telegram channels coordinating movements. Regime panicked because their usual censorship methods weren't working. They'd cut fiber cables, but Starlink bypassed everything. Why? Starlink operates completely different. 6,000 satellites orbiting Earth at 550 kilometers altitude, each 260 kilograms, solar-powered, independent relays. Users communicate directly with satellites overhead. Theoretically, nation-state cannot block because no physical infrastructure to cut, no cables to sever, no central office to shut down. Network is dynamic. Satellites constantly moving, uses Ku-band and Ka-band frequencies across wide spectrum, much faster than traditional GEO satellites. Elon Musk marketed this as freedom infrastructure. When Russian electronic warfare couldn't stop Starlink in Ukraine, narrative got stronger. But Iran was different laboratory. Three authoritarian powers, Russia, China, Iran coordinated response. Iran's first move targeted Starlink's Achilles heel, GPS dependency. Every Starlink satellite uses GPS signals to determine orbital position. User terminal uses GPS to determine location. Distance and angle between them calculated, connection established. This ties into geofencing, where Starlink shouldn't work in unlicensed countries. But reality, if you've got GPS signal and you're in satellite range, you connect. Iran spent years learning to break GPS. During March-April 2025 Israel-Iran war, Iran launched massive GPS jamming campaign to neutralize Israeli F-35 GPS-guided munitions. Used noise injection technique, added fake signal layers on top of real GPS signal. Receivers showed wrong positions. Phones in Tehran displayed locations in Kabul, Baghdad, Baku. Catastrophic for Starlink because terminal cannot work without GPS. Without location info, it doesn't know which satellites to connect. GPS loss equals Starlink loss. But Iran went further. Second weapon deployed, RF radio frequency jamming. Starlink operates on Ku-band 12 to 18 gigahertz and Ka-band 26.5 to 40 gigahertz. High frequencies provide bandwidth but sensitive to atmospheric interference. Iran exploited vulnerability ruthlessly. Filter. Watch track Starlink performance in Iran. Results shocking. Tehran neighborhoods had 40% packet loss. Latency shot up to 600 to 800 milliseconds when normal is 20 to 40. Download speeds dropped below 5 megabits per second when normal is 100 to 200. Upload basically went to zero. This isn't complete shutdown, it makes service unusable. You can send WhatsApp text but can't send video. Write tweet but can't upload photo. Live streaming? Forget it. How did Iran accomplish this? Mobile RF jammers. Not fixed stations because those easy to detect and target. Instead, truck-mounted, van-mounted jammer systems driving neighborhoods flooding frequencies with white noise. Starlink uses frequency hopping technique, constantly changing frequencies. But Iran's jammers are broadband, not targeting one frequency, filling entire Ku-band range with noise. Specific incident, January 12th, Tehran Valley, Asser Avenue, 10:30 p.m. Protesters trying live stream with Starlink. Connection drops suddenly. Terminal tries different satellites, can't fully connect to any. Neighborhood residents see van slowly driving through street with antenna equipment on top. 5 minutes after van passes, Starlink partially returns. Van circles back, connection dies again. Classic electronic warfare tactics, not static, but kinetic. Keep target moving, prevent adaptation. Where did Iran learn this? Russia taught them. After 2 years intensive electronic warfare against Starlink in Ukraine, Russia initially failed February-March 2022. Russian jammers couldn't affect Starlink. Ukrainian military maintained network, but Russia learned by mid-2023 Starlink performance degrading on Ukrainian front, especially Donetsk and Luhansk. According to Rossi reports, Russia developed 3 strategies: concentrated jamming using high-power broadband in narrow geography, targeted GPS disruption, cyber infiltration attempts. Military technical cooperation between Iran and Russia is in secret. Iran supplies Russia Shahed drones. Russia sells Iran Tomane air defense systems, Su-35 fighter jets, electronic warfare knowledge exchange part of package. November 2024, Russian military delegation visited Tehran. Official statement said air defense training. Sources say delegation included electronic warfare specialists. Knowledge Russia transferred likely included Starlink frequency maps, frequency hopping patterns, GPS jamming best practices, power levels, waveforms, mobile jammer tactics. This wasn't plug and play. Iran adapted to their geography and infrastructure. But fundamental knowledge came from Russia. China taught something different, who to jam. Not direct jammer technology, but AI-powered detection systems. Starlink terminal emits RF signal detectable with directional antennas. In city with thousands wireless devices, which one is Starlink? China tested similar system in Xinjiang. Set up AI traffic analysis to detect VPN usage, Tor network, satellite phones. Systems distinguish anomaly traffic from normal internet. Iran bought similar system not from Huawei or ZTE under Western sanctions, but from smaller military subsidiaries. System works through RF fingerprinting. Every wireless device has unique signature. Starlink terminal signature different from Wi-Fi router. AI algorithm learns this. Traffic analysis shows Starlink traffic doesn't look like ISP traffic. Frequency, packet size, transmission patterns different. Systems detect this. Triangulation where multiple sensors determine signal direction, measured from 3 points finds exact source location. Result, Iran can detect which house, apartment, even room using Starlink terminal. Reports after January 12th show at least 15 locations in Tehran had terminals seized, protesters detained, terminals dismantled, analyzed. Deterrent strategy. Message clear. If you use Starlink, we will find you. This reveals ideological victory in digital sovereignty wars. Western vision. Internet should be free and borderless. Global public space, outside state control, uncensored. China, Russia, Iran vision. Digital sovereignty. Every state has right to control digital space within borders. Internet should respect digital boundaries like physical boundaries. Starlink was technological manifestation of Western vision. Elon Musk said we're making internet human right. But Tehran regime saying, your satellite network violating our sovereignty zone, we have right to prevent this. International law murky. Starlink satellites orbit above Iranian airspace, technically not violating. But signals land on Iranian territory. Is this violation? Outer Space Treaty 1967 says space is common heritage of mankind. But IT regulations say every state manages own frequency spectrum. Iran relying on second principle. We didn't license Starlink, it's using our frequencies without permission, we're exercising legitimate defense. Russia and China backing this interpretation. All three lobbying UN to legalize digital sovereignty norms. If they succeed, Starlink business model in authoritarian countries becomes illegal. 3 implications emerge from this. First, no technology truly uncensorable. Tech companies market products as censorship resistant. Tor network, VPNs, encrypted messaging, satellite internet. But every system has vulnerability. Tor infiltrated through traffic analysis. VPN detected with deep packet inspection. Encrypted messaging defeated with metadata analysis, device seizure. Starlink paralyzed with GPS and RF jamming. No such thing as technological bulletproofing. For every shield, new sword developed. Second, authoritarian regimes have learning capacity. 2011 Egypt applied shutdown clumsily, made mistakes. 2019 Iran, much more sophisticated, coordinated ISP shutdown, DPI systems, VPN detection. 2022 even more advanced, Starlink, GPS, RF, all targeted, coordinated. This is learning curve. Authoritarianism learning to use technology. Democratic societies underestimating this. Third, technological dependence creates vulnerability. Protesters relied too heavily on Starlink, no alternatives. When Starlink collapsed, channels closed. Lessons: redundancy, multiple channels, decentralization, mesh networks, peer-to-peer systems, offline fallback. What Iran accomplished was creating prototype. Blueprint for Myanmar military junta, Venezuela, North Korea, Eritrea. Not just authoritarians, democratic states taking notes. France 2023 restricted Starlink on military bases. Germany nervous watching intelligence flow over Starlink. India debating banning unlicensed use. If Iran can do it, nobody can say they can't. 3 scenarios forward. Scenario 1. Starlink's countermove, SpaceX won't stay passive. Could develop anti-jamming frequency agility, GPS-independent positioning using alternative navigation, low-power stealth mode reducing signal strength, mesh network integration where terminals connect peer-to-peer. But these take time. Every new feature bursts new countermeasure. Scenario 2. Digital Iron Curtain. China already developing Guowang satellite network, 13,000 satellites planned. Iran, Russia could be customers. Internet splits into parallel universes. Western with Starlink, Amazon Kuiper, OneWeb. Eastern with Guowang, Russian networks. Ideological blocks diverge in digital infrastructure. Scenario 3. New normal of hybrid warfare. Starlink jamming becomes standard tactic in every major conflict. Taiwan Strait crisis, China cuts connection. Baltic tension, Russia disrupts GPS Starlink. Middle East where Israel, Iran, mutual electronic warfare. Every country develops Starlink breaking kit. Digital warfare, inseparable from conventional. What Iran did is manifesto of 21st century power struggle. Past power measured by land, sea routes, airspace, nuclear warheads. Now power expanded into digital realm. Whoever controls internet infrastructure, manages information flow, holds real power. Elon Musk said we're connecting world. Connection itself is battlefield. Iran, Russia, China building alternative to Western tech hegemony. Not just different products, but different ideology. Internet cannot be free because freedom cannot come through something you don't control. We will control digital space within our territory. This resonating in developing world uncomfortable with Silicon Valley digital colonialism. If Iran blocks Starlink, uncensorability promise, proven myth. How will Elon Musk and SpaceX respond? What alternative infrastructure will democratic societies develop for digital freedom? Will authoritarian regimes make tactics more sophisticated? Most importantly, can internet truly be global public space or transform into mosaic fragmented by national boundaries? One thing certain, that cold January night showed new reality of digital age, invisible waves controlling invisible people. This war just beginning. Everything you were told about unstoppable technology was marketing. Elon Musk stood on stage, said no government can block Starlink. Literally impossible. Millions believed. Protesters in Iran believed. Activists in authoritarian countries believed. Then January 8th happened. Reality hit hard. Iran didn't just block Starlink. They humiliated entire premise. Took supposedly invincible technology, crushed it using techniques that aren't sophisticated if you understand electronic warfare. GPS jamming existed for decades. RF interference, old school. But combining effectively, coordinating across whole country takes planning, expertise. Iran had both thanks to Russian help and Chinese surveillance tech. Assumption was dictatorships are bureaucratic, slow, can't keep up with nimble Silicon Valley. Ignored one factor. Authoritarian regimes highly motivated to control information because survival depends on it. Democratic governments tolerate information chaos. Authoritarian ones cannot. So they invest heavily in control technologies, share knowledge, build sophisticated systems. Don't worry about privacy laws, civil liberties, public backlash. Can test aggressive tactics democracies can't, like driving jamming vans through residential neighborhoods, using AI to identify dissidents by internet patterns, implementing surveillance causing protests in West. This asymmetry gives advantage in digital sovereignty war happening right now. Not future scenario, not hypothetical. At this moment, countries choosing sides, Western internet ecosystem or Eastern one, accept American tech companies having data access or want Chinese alternatives, believe in open internet or controlled internet. Aren't abstract questions anymore, concrete policy decisions with real consequences. India forcing tech companies comply with local data laws, Brazil fighting X over content moderation, EU regulating American giants with GDPR, Digital Markets Act, African countries building own data centers reduce Western cloud dependence, Middle Eastern nations investing local tech ecosystems, Southeast Asian countries caught between Chinese-American spheres, unipolar moment of American tech dominance ending, entering multipolar digital world. Starlink is perfect illustration. Iran didn't ask permission from Elon Musk or American government, just said, this is our airspace, territory, sovereignty, we're exercising control. International law doesn't clearly say they're wrong. Outer Space Treaty says space belongs to everyone but doesn't address satellite signals landing on territory without permission. ITU regulations complex, unclear. Iran exploiting ambiguity. Have right managing electromagnetic spectrum. Starlink using without license, therefore we can jam. Russia and China back interpretation. Pushing for new international norms, legalizing digital sovereignty. If they succeed, Starlink business model in authoritarian countries becomes illegal. Deeper question, what world do we want? Free information flow across borders regardless of governments, or every country controls own digital space? Both visions have pros and cons. Free flow sounds great until misinformation, foreign interference, cyber warfare, cultural imperialism. Sovereignty sounds reasonable until censorship, surveillance, control, dissent suppression, knowledge isolation. No perfect answer. Both Western and Eastern models have problems. Western has Facebook spreading conspiracy theories, Twitter propaganda, Google Amazon monopoly, data breaches, tech company censorship by unelected executives. Eastern has China-grade firewall, Russia controlling domestic internet, Iran brutal suppression, North Korea isolation, both flawed. Western has accountability, transparency, authoritarian has none. What worries most? Iran Starlink blocking wasn't just technical success. It's how quietly, efficiently they did it. No announcement, declaration, methodically disabled technology. Moved on. Protesters woke January 8th, Starlink didn't work. That's it. No explanation, debate, just silence. More frightening than propaganda. Shows normalized digital control in Iran, no longer controversial, just how things work.